Welcome to the Roy Anthony and every Tuesday and every Thursday. Tap in.
Is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Roy
Is anybody out
Show
there?
is the spot to be, baby.
Hey, tune in.
It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the homie Big Hank and Cynthia. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the co-host Big Hank and Cynthia. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. Everybody tune in, you dig it? It's funny as hell, my dude. It's when we can kick every Tuesday.
Everything is going
every
down.
Thursday.
They about to do the most. It ain't a confrontation, it's a conversation, homie.
Yo, on the weekends, the Roy Anthony Show. It's during the week, homie. The Roy Anthony Show. What you listen?
I was at the theaters the other day. I was watching a movie. It was so funny that I was eating some popcorn and I sneezed at the same time I was chewing. This popcorn came out my nose. I was already pissed off because this skin thing was in the back of my neck. I think they need to have some type of emergency effect at the theater so you can get that thing out. Because I'm like... I'm about to throw up because I'm pushing my esophagus back, trying to get that. The people won't come talking about, sir, you want to quiet down?
What's up, Los Angeles? This is Drew from Seattle. I just called to give a shout out to my boy Roy Anthony. Holla at your boy, man. Drew from Emerald City, baby. Hey, what's going on out there? This is your boy, old man, coming from Inglewood, posted down south. I'd like y'all to go and check out my boy, give much praise, Roy Anthony Show. He out there doing his thing. Want y'all going to believe him, my man, and make this happen for the new year.
Hey, this is comedian Sean Hill from the Midwest. I'm calling to shout out to my boy Roy Anthony. He's doing his thing. I mean, he's making these scripts. He's on these shows. He's moving from coast to coast. I'm really proud of you and big up from your girl Sean Hill, and I know entertainment.
This is Keith Matthews from Dallas, Texas. Commenting on the Roy Anthony's comedy. Comedian. So it's a great show, and I can't wait till they come to Dallas, man. It's a great show, and you can vote for him. You can get anywhere you can get to Dallas, man. Let's get him here. Hey, Roy, so keep up, and give me a shout out, man. What I'm saying out there, man. You got my stomach hurt. I need to see what's next. Now.
Hey, everybody, this is Poppin' Barbie, Chicago Style Gourmet Pop on live from Jacksonville, Florida. Just want to say I can't wait for Roy Anthony to come out here so he can do his thing. I'm excited. Waiting for you to come, Roy. See you soon.
What it do? What it do? What it do? And so this is comedian Roy Anthony. Know that I'm looking dark because we still haven't got all the lights in and everything, but it's all right, you know. Just want to let everybody know, welcome to the Roy Anthony Show podcast. My co-stars be coming in as Big Hank Norman, Miss Cynthia Joy Towner. We represent the WO platform, which was created by veterans of the United States military, which was leading the way as the main producer, which is Richie King, aka Redneck Pimp. That's his comedic name, along with our co-creator Goose. Then we have our social producer Blue Phoenix, 8th and Daily. And then we have our good neighbors, you know, the BV Nation. That's backwood veterans based out of Oregon. Man, Carl Lewis and all his comrades, for real. Veterans and non-veterans together, just like we have it down the Long Beach All-Stars, which is made up of cats from Long Beach, Linwood, Compton, and Parcel Watts. And then we have the WO Entertainment family itself, around the nation, other countries, and then our own personal family, friends, and associates and those who don't like us. Welcome to the Roy Anthony Show. Forgive us because we've been going through, like I said, a lot of studio changes, and so sometimes where I'm at now, it's hot and stuff. Yes, I'm representing the player made OG Flossie, based out of Long Beach. Look up his apparel. Had some comments coming in already. Starlet said, "Morning, beautiful people. Hey, handsome. Hey, how you doing, Starlet? Love the intro. Thank you." Just Me said, "Hey, y'all. 15 days sober. I got this. Yeah, man. Every single day it's applied. Man, 15 days. We counting with him and stuff. When he don't tell us any more days, then I'm gonna be feeling like he got a reset." He going next week he'd be like, "Hey man, day 2." So I'm rooting for you, bro. 15 days sober. For real, bro. For real. That's 2 weeks in a day. You feel me? Each day. You take our time each day. And stuff, for real. I've been through it. There's stuff that I had to give up. And I'm thankful for people like Just Me who can mentor. You have a personal problem, something that's going on, and that it's not good for itself. And a lot of people don't know how to stand up to that, And so this week, I want to get off about politics. Said, "Congrats." She gave you emoji thumbs up. He had 3 emojis, keeping that strength. That's right. She said, "Congrats." We want to thank you. I want to talk about this week. I'm talking about the churches, and when I say the churches, I meant the tabernacles that people tend to, run where it's supposed to be. Where to me, God is everywhere, but we have throughout our history have congregated in tabernacles to give our honor and praises to God. And so then there's so much division within the churches, though, where things doesn't come out the way we are expecting it to be. As everybody know, I do my research. Like Just Me, he had brought something to my attention about Vice President Kamala Harris, how she was already running as the Democratic presidential candidate when she really wasn't official until this past week when they had the Democratic National Convention, and then they actually accepted. This was the first time I've seen where they seemed like they was unified. I've never seen the Democrat parties. Usually they run against each other, and then there's a vote within themselves who's going to be the main person. He said you should have gone to the Constitution and not the DNC's website. If you're talking about the Constitution of the United States, I have read that too. Matter of fact, there's things in the United States Constitution that I've always questioned, just like the part that it states in there that if this government fails us, we the people can eradicate it and start anew. And I don't think we've never started anything new. Even like I talked about the charters, and I'm gonna bring that up again about some of the things that we have let go by in our own cities and counties, and wonder why there's so much conflict. And so one of the things I want to start with was the basis of our churches. Now, it seems like blacks sometimes seem to be, I notice in my black family, in my family, it seems like a lot of them are just straight Democrats. It's, I'll be questioning their logic and stuff, and they have their beliefs. Then I have my family members and friends who are Republicans. And I sit back, and so I'm like Sherlock Holmes. I'm like how he did with Professor Moriarty, if you ever seen the movie. And a picture I have of different scenarios in the black community, and I got a red string always pointing to one particular situation. Every time I looked up, um, he said, "You damn right. We have the power, not the politicians." And that's the part. And see, this is when we all got to come together. What I'm saying is just like any other American would be saying. If you a person who believes in the democratic way, even when I was younger and I didn't believe in it, it was forced to let me understand this is the way. So I go along with the way. As an American citizen, I have the right to vote. As American citizens, we should all know the United States Constitution and decide if we want to vote or create a voting thing to where we demolish this government and start anew. You know, why do we have to have Democrats, Republicans? Just have the people who talks best. Like I don't prefer to have lawyers in the Senate. I think it should be general public people, and you let the lawyers, after we come with a conclusion, to write it up and make it official in law. He said the United States isn't a democracy; it's a constitutional republic, and I believe that because we let we let these corporations run everything. You ever had a job and you say you work in your job and you're trying to build your family and your future, and this job is your base and stuff. And all of a sudden they're telling you, well, we have to have cutbacks, and then you don't have your job no more. And then I don't understand the unemployment insurance. If this is money coming out of my check, why are you delegating to me 1/3? And if I should get it or not? Did I work? Did you take money out of my check? Then give me my money when I'm in a crucial situation. I don't understand this. And so I question a lot of things. And when I do, I like people like Just Me and Starlet and others who comes in and ask me questions. Some people can't reach out to me because we on 8 different platforms at the same time. Some people reach out to me through the YouTube. Some people I find make comments on other platforms, but I don't see them. I can only see the ones that come in front of me, right? My opinion, especially, I look at when I see people makes money and don't have to pay taxes. So then there's a push to create the money since you don't have to pay taxes. It's like the Native Americans. I don't knock them. They live in territorial situations where they don't have to pay taxes. Well, some of the Native Americans out in California started casinos, and them casinos attract people who doesn't live in this sovereign piece of land. We go there and we gamble and stuff like that, and the money you lose or they get it, they don't have to pay taxes, and that's just the way of the laws. Dope dealers don't never pay taxes, right? When the crack epidemic was out, cats was selling crack without having to pay any taxes or anything. So they running and creating all types of stuff. I think more people, rappers and stuff, made it in the studio at that time without talent, but paid their way through. So I started looking at things like Sherlock Holmes. I started really digging into subjects, especially with the Black community and what we put our money to. So I found that 10%, which equals close to $10 billion per year from the Black community, went to Chinese and Korean women for hair and nails. I found this out. It's a $10 billion industry that Asian women has been combating each other with Chinese against Korean women on this lockdown of global hair. I lie to you not. I didn't know it was that deep. And when you're dealing with 10 billion a year, I see why they warn and stuff. So I looked at that. Then I looked at, housing is short. And I looked at prisons is high, population of black men, 80%. Then I started looking at like, okay, those who, 14.5%, the media builds up that the crime runs rapid in the black community, which is that I would agree with former President Donald Trump, fake news, because if you do the census of it, it's only 2.5% of that population of blacks that actually do heinous crimes. We're the highest percentage to get shot for having a no weapon on basic traffic stops, but it is what it is. But I start pinpointing more in direction, where do our monies go to? Where wait a minute, here's one of our co-stars that's in the house. What's up with you there?
What's up, Sugarfoot Sweet Face? How you doing, honey love?
I can't complain. Good to see you, all lit up and bright. It's probably because my background is all dark because I don't have the proper lighting.
No,
yet.
I got my light on. See, I'm getting my situation back. Like life used to be a little gray. So now I'm getting it back in the mix. You getting back.
That's righteous.
I'm getting it back together. Yeah. Surgery went well. Look, I gotta show y'all. Wait a minute. Okay, listen. I want to show. Can we see? Nope. Here we go.
I can see it now. Yeah.
Now, watch this thumb. Did you see that little bit of motion?
Yeah.
It's a teensy, y'all, but listen, it's about
what you practicing and more and more it's going to get better.
It's going to come. Listen, God is good, because I didn't have this 10 years ago. This side was paralyzed. There was no feeling. So wasn't no moving, no thumb. So yeah, I'm lit up for 10. That little bit.
The little bit counts. You just keep working. Next thing you'll be like range of motion, like a mug, like yeah. Wait, but just me. It just said lots of love donations go to China. That's why I grew my hair out and never donated a strand because I was talking about the way the hair is sold through Chinese and Asian women. There's been a war because they make 10 billion a year off of blacks buying hair and nails. He said Roy needs an OnlyFans ring light. He's silly. Starla said, "Hey, beautiful lady.
What's up, Sugarfoot? How you doing, boo?"
Every little bit counts. Keep moving forward.
That's an understatement.
You feel me about your thumb range? Every little bit. Matter of fact, we're congratulating Just Me. He told us that he's been 15 days sober. He's 15 days sober.
Let's go, Just Me. Okay. Celebrate you, baby.
And stuff. One foot in front of the other. But okay, so the subject of this week is about. I called it. It's the Black Church.
What we talking about?
The Black Church this week. Now, there's pros and there's cons in every single thing. And I was going about the people who's gotten with tax-free money. Not the I haven't got about the church yet. Went from, the Native Americans on the reservations. They got casinos now, and they don't have to pay taxes and stuff. I celebrate that. You got the dope dealers that sold dope, didn't have to pay taxes and stuff. When crack was running rapidly through the crack pandemic, everybody had their money and buying all types of stuff and whatever. But there's a center point in the black community that seems to be where I've seen it, where they determine who you want to vote for, even. Where if you gave the definition of Democrats and Republicans, you would think more churches were Republicans, because the definition now, even though these modern politicians hasn't actually been showing that, but the definition is that Democrats believe that God shouldn't be part of politics, that it should be a socialness, where Republicans believe that God should be part of politics. That's the original of how they defined. Now, what we've seen lately is not the best definitions of the Republicans. You need to groom somebody and get back to to the righteous ways of Republicans. You know, that was the definition. But I started seeing something when it came down to the black churches. Now, I've seen where, okay, I'm gonna give an example. I pay tithes, but it took me a minute to get back to paying tithes because I paid tithes to a major church. Then when I needed some help, they were like, well, we don't do that because we would have to help everybody. I'm like, wait a minute. You know, you take my money because I'm thinking I'm putting it up for the storefront. I'm looking at it like it's a savings account.
So I understand what you're saying to a degree. But
then when I needed help, we can't help you on this. And I've seen other people go through it. I seen a story where just recently the dude on TikTok said that he went to the church for help, and they told him that same type of response. We help you, we have to help other people. Mm-hmm. So he ran into the preacher, ran out of gas on the highway, and he pulled over behind him. And the preacher told him, yeah, I ran out of gas. He said, I'm glad you stopped. So he said, yeah. So he said, here, I'm here to help you. So he grabbed his hand and started praying for him. Mm-hmm. Then he told him, he said, help is on the way. And he got in his car and left, and the preacher was mad and stuff. You feel me? Because he's like, this is the same thing they told him, help is on the way. You said that, you want to read it? Go ahead, Jordan.
That's because this country was found by those who were ostracized for their religious belief.
Yeah, now you got to remember that deep in the slavery times, there was some slaves that tried to read the Bible was beaten and killed for trying to, you know, for one, they didn't want you to know how to read, and second, they would run them out, you know, all that and stuff.
Preacher runs out of gas with all that tax-free money in his pocket.
You feel me? That's that part right there. Our other stars in the house. Let me bring them up. What's up with you, Big Hank?
Man, what's going on, Roy Anthony? And what's up with the beautiful Joy? How you doing,
what's up, bro? How you doing, honey love?
Man, I'm doing great, terrific, fantastic, all that.
Man, that's beautiful. Y'all excuse me, man. I don't have the proper lights on. I'm seeing both y'all lit up and stuff. I feel like one of them Sesame Street things. One of these people.
You look like you're in a Martin Luther King video or something. 1965. 1965. What year are you in? What year are you in?
I know, man.
Petty as hell, but that's so true.
And I'm glad Big Hank is in, because we're talking about this week is about the black churches.
Let's go.
And I want to say, because I was talking about the guy who he went to the church. He had been paying his tithes and monies, and he went to the church, and the church told him, if we do it for you, we had to do it for others. And they told him no, right? That they had prayed for him. So he ends up running into the preacher. The preacher ran out of gas on the highway, and he pulled up and he said, you need help? He said, yeah, I ran out of gas. So he grabbed his hand and started praying for him. And so he gets in his car, and the preacher got mad. He said he gets in his car and stuff because he told him, you know, help is on the way. Starter said, hey, Big Hank, nice glasses.
Man, how you know, Starter? You know what, man? I'm gonna say something to you, Starter, because I just got some brand new glasses, man. These my brand new glasses I just got
on, and then he took them off.
Because I don't need them to read. I'm finna give y'all my testimony. I don't need them to read. I just need them to see far, right? So check this out. I went to go get my eyes checked. So the doctor said, we got to run the test on your eyes and see what's going on. So she ran the test on my eyes. She said, have you been having headaches? I said, as a matter of fact, yes, I have. She said, I know you have, because your glasses, your old glasses, are too strong for your eyes now.
Oh, that means your eyes been getting corrected.
So listen to me, man. I need y'all to listen. This is a testimony. Remember when I had the heart problem and my wife had me all on the Facebook looking dead and shit, right? So they told me they diagnosed me with angina. So after that, I changed I changed how I started living. I started getting up every morning and I got me some healing scriptures that I read, or no, I repeat to myself as I walk or work out or do my, okay? And there's 20 minutes every morning I do this. And so I had a heart problem maybe a year, maybe 2 years ago. And so I've been to the doctor. The doctor said, man, we can't find nothing wrong with your heart. We don't know what's wrong with your heart. We diagnosed you with angina, but we can't find nothing wrong with your heart. So then I go do my eyes, and the lady say that my eyes are getting better. And I said, lady, you telling me the older I get, my eyes are getting better? Yeah. She said, yeah. And I said, is that normal? She said, no, that's not normal. She said, this is something abnormal that you're going through. So what I'm telling y'all, and what I need y'all to understand is that God renews your body.
I was just about to say, it's like renewal of your organs.
He'll regenerate you. He'll renew you, but you got to speak it. You just can't walk around being, oh, God. No, you got to speak it out your mouth. Whatever you decree. Come on, man. I'm on something different now. I'm on something different because I've seen the testimony. I didn't just, nobody didn't read it to me. I didn't read it in a book. I experienced what I'm saying to y'all, what I'm reading, what I'm doing every morning, changing my life, man, as we going right now.
You put words, you see, I tell people, the more you speak, we put life into what we're saying.
Yeah.
Right. And who is the ultimate healer is God.
And God, all God did was speak it. He's been telling us all we got to do is speak it. That's what he did. He spoke everything into existence. Man, and you got to get this. You got to get this in your heart, man, and you got to believe in your heart that what you say out your mouth.
Say that, okay? Bro. Say it.
That's what's going to come to pass. If you keep going around talking, man, I'm tired as hell, man. I'm so damn tired. I'm tired as hell. Guess what you're gonna be? Tired as hell.
Yeah.
I'm tired as hell.
Yeah.
So you're right. So listen, I'm not saying this for nobody to give me no credit or nothing. I don't need no credit because the credit can't come from me. I didn't do it. God did it, man, through me, so I can tell y'all. And I hope y'all listen to me. Listen to me. I got a video that I look at every morning. I don't even look at it. I just say everything that he say. Everything he say, I'll be walking, man. I'm going on my steps, my stairs, for workout. It's a 24-minute, maybe. Where can we
find this video?
I found it on YouTube. And what I did was, what I heard was somebody I was listening to said that this man did some healing scriptures and he started reading them and he got them from this guy and it helped him. I heard this. And so I said, damn. And I heard it at the time when I needed it. That's what you got to listen to. I heard it at the time when I needed it. So it stuck to me and it got on me and it got in me. And I took it and started running with it too. The same thing that he listened to, I listened to.
Thank you.
So you got to look.
I'm gonna send it to your inbox. I'm gonna inbox it to you.
Thank you.
There it is.
And you know what? We was talking church, and Just Me said, "Oh, you want to read it, George?"
I read it. Yeah, it goes back to our founding fathers. They left England because they couldn't worship. They couldn't worship who they wanted. That's why our country is based on Christianity.
I'll go for that. Go for that.
Tasha,
what's up, Tasha?
What's up, sis? I hope y'all heard what bro said. Let's get in tune. Get in tune.
For real. For real. Yes, sir.
Looking good. Gonna have to change his name. Oh, his nickname to Big Pimpin'.
Hey, man, I thought you already knew. You looking at back position.
I'm going to send you a video, Just Me, so you'll know who you fucking with, man.
Hey, man, wait a minute. I got something just for them. You feel me? Wait a minute. So
they told me I had angina too. I said, "Are you qualified to be here? I'm a man."
Just me, see? Just me, see? All right, so you know what that angina. Let me tell you what angina is. Angina is they call it the fake heart attack.
Yeah. Okay. I heard him say that.
Because angina listen to me, it do everything that a heart attack do. I'm talking about everything, the chest pain, the can't breathe, the heart, your left arm getting everything like you having a heart attack, and then right before you die, it stopped. It stopped. I've been through it. I know exactly what it did. I was laid out at the
Hey, that's one of the funniest ones to be having your Asian lady.
Laid out at the floor.
Kel's Gorham.
What's up, sis?
What's up, Kel? Peace out, Kels. What's happening?
Daughter said, amen.
Started. We love you, man. You already know how we feel about you.
Say that. Yeah, say it. Let's go.
Key. My nigga Key. Yes, sir.
And now look here.
Go.
Now, what I be talking about these black churches this week. Kels Gorham said, hey, love your story.
Thank you, Kels. Appreciate you.
All true. We believe in God on this. You know, we're not, especially myself, I'm very spiritual. I belong to one of the top servers because I was selling this before you came on, Big Hank, that I was paying my tithes and going down to these I remember going down to the one big service down there. I'm not going to mention the name, down in one part of Compton, right? And for one, I didn't like how the deacons become security when the offering is being raised. That was one. Right. Second, I have a problem when we as a black community is giving our funds to a tabernacle with nothing getting returned back. Now, I pay my tithes to St. Luke's Holy Baptist Church because I believe in the spiritual guidance of Dr. Williams, but my spiritual mentor has been Big Hank. He has helped me a lot to understand. And we have come to, we're probably the only ones I know that when we have a comedy show, we pay tithes on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For sure.
Yes, sir. And we pray before the show. Yes, sir.
That's no public thing, whatever. We keep it, you know what I'm saying? Not saying I'm a child of God or anything. I'm always saying, look, I believe in spiritual God and I got salvation through his son, Jesus Christ. That's my beliefs. I don't press it on nobody, but when you know my testimony, I know he's real.
Yes, sir.
Now, one of the things I do recognize is when someone like a church is helping. St. Luke's Holy Baptist Church, even though it could be considered small compared to all the mega churches.
Right, mega church, yeah.
Community.
Right.
And what they do.
Yes, sir.
I'm bold enough, even though I was nervous when I went into the Big Hank and the pastor invited me into his pastor study. And I was like, oh my God, I felt like Moses going on to hold me. Let me take my shoes off. So I told him I didn't know I was going to talk like this. Where my mind was going to say something else to be more intelligent, but my heart Big Hank's the witness. And the first thing I said is, hey, Pastor, I want to talk to you about this tithing. You feel?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I got my bills and I pay my tithes. So I pay my bills before I pay my tithes.
Yeah.
And he said, well, Roy, as long as you're taking care of your bills, and this what got me is when he said, we got people who asked us to help them with paying their bills and they don't pay tithes. And he didn't say they didn't help them. But he said and so I'm hungry. I'm gonna be honest. I'm hungry physically. I don't have nothing to eat. Now I make decent money. I leave from there and I'm pondering. I walk over to Big Hank's. He said, "Yeah, you want some food?" And he opens up his deep freezer.
First of all, where I get a deep freezer from, nigga? Me, I got another deep freezer in the garage next to another refrigerator.
Literally. And the way he opened it, now you can tell he ain't hungry. I'm gonna show you what God's doing. He lifts it up like, hey, you like salmon? You like, and he didn't give me nothing that's whack. It was salmon croquettes and all this stuff, right? And I'm like, I got to do what you doing. I be a fool that don't do it the way he's doing because I make money, but I be hungry. I'm not saying he don't make money.
But no way do I make the kind of money you be calling me talking about you making. No way do I be doing the kind of money you talking about you be making, man. When I be talking to you.
And he had to for real. and I can't write about it. I pondered this for real, you know. So I'm getting to a point because if we had our mega churches to help the community, as what I've seen, and the only way I can show you is to show you.
She's trying to could it take some minutes? The same exact thing that she did, like for not even for a minute, right?
All the OGs is up in here today. No, all the OGs. Yes, sir. All the OGs. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Fans, love you, man. Yes, sir. Love you too, man. All the OGs up in here today, man. I see you, loved one. What's up, Yeah, we ready, man. Yeah, we ready.
You ready? Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Everybody have a good morning?
Yes.
Thank you for coming. We're going to just bless the food. And we're going to ladies first as always, right?
Yes, always.
Gracious God, our Father, we love you. We thank you.
Yes.
For another Monday morning.
Yes.
Beautiful day that you've allowed us to see this day. We want to say thank you again. Now bless the food that's been prepared for
That's the cook right there.
Thank you for the food that we shared for the balance of the week. We bless you and bless these that are here. Bless the St. Luke Church. We ask this all now in Jesus' name.
Amen. Jesus' name, amen. Thank you,
Hey, now they do this. This isn't Thanksgiving.
No.
This isn't Christmas evening.
Nope.
This is every Monday, if I'm not mistaken.
Every
they
Monday.
serve food. And look here. Go ahead, Big Hank.
And it'd be, listen, man, it'd be all people that don't have no job, that don't have no money, all the homeless from around our city. They start coming, man. It really started off with me doing the free. It started off with me doing the free. I used to put food out and they would come and get the food. And then Pastor would come sometimes. He's like, man, y'all hungry? Be about 2 or 3 of them out there, and he started fixing breakfast. So it started from that. From 2 and 3, now it's almost 30, 40 people up in there every Monday morning.
And different races.
Come on, man.
Look,
all different races. All different races. It don't be hardly no blacks. It be mostly whites, Hispanics.
Look here, they keep food. It be making me think like when Jesus blessed the 2 loaves of bread and the fish, and then they had everybody ate. 5,000 some people ate, and then they still had food. Look in his freezer. The man got food. He got for real. We ain't going hungry. Look here. Your grass need cut over there. It's gonna be trimmed down.
Yes, sir.
Look, my son called me Sunday. He said,
"Stop, man. No, you ain't gonna beat me to this. You're not gonna beat me to this, bro. You're not gonna beat me to this. I've been trying to wait for you to tell the story, all that. Listen to me, man. Your tithes, what you've been doing, is paying off, Roy. Listen, man, I'm sitting in my service Sunday morning. First of all, a little young girl came in with some babies, and my wife had invited her to come, and she came in, and everybody was like, "Who's that back there? Who's a little younger?" And then this young cat came in with the hoodie on. But when he came in, he kind of pulled it back. He didn't take it all the way off. He kind of pulled it back so we could see him. I'm like, that look like nephew right there. That look like Roy. And when he seen, he did like this. He said, I said, what? And so after the service, well, not after the service, I walked up to him right during the service. Hey, man, gave him a hug, big old hug. I said, man, I love you. He said, I'm here because of you. I said, what? So listen, man. So he said, I came to see you. And so we went through the service, all that, man. And after the service, he said, man, where do I pay my tithes at? I said, man, we're going to get you right over there to the people to pay your tithes. I introduced him to Pastor. Pastor remembered him too. You know what I'm saying? And everybody wanted to start talking to him. He said, Roy, is your dad? Who's Roy? What do you know? And so I had to explain to a couple of people. But Roy, it's paying off, man.
Man.
Paying off, man.
I talked to him a way through it.
He came on his own. You didn't bring him. He came on his own.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, he called me. He said, Dad, I'm trying to get to Uncle Hank's church. Where are you doing? I said, well, he said, I got to pay my tithes. And I said, well, I don't know the street number, so what I'm going to do is roll with you. So he was on Willow in Santa Fe. I said, okay, make a left, because he went past us, and make a left on Santa Fe. I'm gonna talk with you. Now I'm gonna tell you what to do now, so I can guarantee you get there. Make a right on Warlow, and then make a right at the first convenience store, and then you gonna roll on up the neighborhood. It's gonna be on the right hand side. When he said, "That's it," and I ain't heard from him since. And so because I knew that
he's straight.
God had him.
He's good now. He's straight. Said he's coming back next week.
Yeah, and look,
Beautiful.
as we said, wasn't it Joel Osteen? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Joel.
Hey, you got it on, do you think?
No, go ahead.
Wasn't it Joel Osteen that locked his church during a hurricane and wouldn't let anyone in?
Yeah, but he straightened it out. But he got himself together. He opened the doors up. He lowered it.
At first, he didn't though. When the hurricane started going down,
he was trying to protect all that carpet and stuff up in there. He was like, "Man, I ain't put it here." No, you got some money to get some new carpet. Don't let it get messed up. Come on.
Hey, Big Hanks and them churches gonna do, and this is what I'm talking about. If our churches acted as the way we see that it should be, and I use this church as an example, St. Luke's Holy Baptist Church, west side of Long Beach, because they actually acted. You see, Big Hank on Wednesdays, you want to hear the word? Big Hank, and they teach it 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 2 p.m. Central Standard Time in the afternoon about the word. Wednesday's service. Now, we've seen some of the preachers now, like Dr. Williams said some things, and he was speaking just to me, even though he was speaking to the congregation. It hit me like somebody hit me with a wake-up call, like that. And he caught my attention. Then I never get when he preached this one sermon about the dude who cut his wife into 12 pieces. He had me like a scary movie. I was thinking every word he said. I was scared to cross the street to my car. I was like, ooh, I'm gonna be right. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Now,
yes, sir.
With that, I'm gonna tell you something. People without a vision will perish.
Yeah.
I got some other people who was talking about they want to pay their tithes to the church, to St. Luke's, because I feel that they use the money correctly.
Yes, sir.
When the pastor said that we have people whose bills, they need help with their bills and they don't pay tithes, he let me know right then that
yes, sir.
They help. And
yes,
then I've seen it. Now, okay, I want to share something. Some people say preachers shouldn't be paid, right? I looked up and seen something. I want to bring this up. If anybody don't mind, I want to bring this up. I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna see if I can make it bigger. These are scriptures. And this had to relate to me because I was listening to one preacher who was reading scriptures that was saying preachers aren't supposed to get paid. They're supposed to find a job, right? When I looked it up myself, 1 Timothy 5:17-18 said this passage says to give bonuses to leaders who do a good job, especially those who work hard at preaching and teaching. It also says don't muzzle a working ox, and a work deserves his pay. Like that. Do you agree with these, Big Hank?
Yeah.
You agree with that?
Yeah.
That preachers should get paid?
Of course.
Okay. Especially if they're doing it right.
Of course.
Okay. I agree with that too. At first I heard a preacher, Geno Jennings, and he was talking about some other guys because they kind of contradict themselves. One was saying he preached for free, but then they found out that he had a salary, and so not preaching for free, And so, I think we put too much emphasis on churches, like when it comes to politics. I never see Dr. Williams say you need to go Democrat.
No.
Just me just said this.
Acts 10:13. Rise, Peter, kill and eat.
You know what that means? You know what he's talking about on that? In the scripture, there's where God, Peter's a Jewish guy, and he is telling him to eat, and Peter saying, I have not eaten these things, and God's telling him then, everything I make is good.
I made is good. Everything I made is good. Yeah,
Exactly.
not just the stuff y'all eat.
Exactly.
The other food that I made is good too. Yes,
You
sir.
be starving, you trying to hold to religious values.
Yeah.
God, only thing around you is a pig, and you talking about, hey,
Yeah,
I don't need no hook, no hook.
All right, man. All right, man. Wait till I finish eating my bacon sandwich, then up and eat me a bacon sandwich.
You tell, hey,
Some mayonnaise and cheese on it.
hey, what was y'all when he said bacon sandwich? Both of y'all started scratching out your left arm. I'm like, what was y'all giving signs? You can tell them that for real, don't be no fool. Some people take religions, and God is not about religion. He's about spirituality. Now, Big Hank has been helping me about paying tithes, and then I see what the church does with it.
Yes, sir.
And now I have a problem when it tells us. Now, I always say this, and I bring this up. I put it to this is how I can tell, because when I talked to Pastor Dr. Williams, he came straight honest with me. I felt it in my heart. There's been preachers I've talked to in the past. Hey man, what do the book of Malachi mean to you? So they go into this spiel. Oh, will a man rob God? Oh, tithes and all. He goes in all that spiel. So the first thing I say to them, once they cool it down, I ask, do you believe God is a God of order? And then they like, man, what type of question is you doing? What you mean, God, every God is order. Okay. So why is it that Malachi, that's the 3rd chapter, that he talks about tithes? But in the 1st chapter, it says in bold letters, God hates divorce. Yet 89% of divorces happen in the Christian church. We ain't see. I think it shows me that we're not speaking socialism. We're talking materialistic and stuff on funds. We want to direct our attention to getting money, but we're not directing our attention to saving a marriage. You know, this is one of my beliefs. I compare the scriptures. When I told them God hates divorce, the first thing they stumbled. They didn't have the zeal that they had when they was talking about Malachi. I started looking at he said lubrications 1:3, a motor without oil will fail.
Somebody need to get just me, man. Give him
100% of divorces start with marriage, man.
You just me as a comedian, man.
Yeah,
that's what he
doing it, man. He be having me laughing and stuff.
Need to put him on the show.
So what got me, man, is that I was going through the history of churches, right?
Yeah.
Did you know that the first black church was started in 1773? 3 years before the Grand Revolution, the War Revolution that we had with Britain in 1776. It became officially established in the United States in 1777, called the First African Baptist Church, Methodist Church, or something like that.
I'm sure that's probably the first legal one that was built and put on paper, but you know, it was a bunch of black churches in houses and garages or whatever, wherever they had to meet at. So
exactly.
Yeah, but I believe you. I believe
so you. So after the years,
we couldn't do nothing before then. Shit, we wouldn't have nothing.
Exactly. So my thing is, what did we do with the monies? All these years of non-paying taxes, why isn't that we have no? Because all right, I checked with the white churches. Did you know the white churches is part of a lot of the industry buildings. That's why they keep their congregation people working. I didn't see nothing created, especially within the turn of the 100 years, from the turn of the 1900s to the present day. Do you know that is one of the centerpieces of economics from the black neighborhood, and we don't never see it? I found out some mega churches in Los Angeles own a whole bunch of land, and the city has been trying to get them to donate it to help the homeless. And for the past 20, 30 years, they've been saying they're trying to do something else with it. I don't know what they're going to do.
Just try not to do too much. I try not to do too much judging. I'll try not to judge nobody on what, you know.
Is it judging, or is it just depending on who's helping the black neighborhoods? I can't say this because I can say names, but I won't call names. But I've seen where, as a civil designer, the engineer firms has talked to me and said these guys didn't want to donate the land, and they was a church.
Donate the land to who?
Huh?
Donate the land to who?
Well, to build homeless shelters, homeless places for a lot of the people who's homeless.
Who told you that?
Huh?
Who told you that?
It was some of the engineers I knew that was trying to work with some of the churches for some of the land for the homeless. And they said that they went to one of the churches. It was a mega church. I won't gonna say their names. They built a little college, but they didn't want to take the land to help build some places for those who's unfortunate to have a home yet.
I mean, it ain't no different than the average people, though. You got some good ones and you got some bad ones, and it's regular people who don't look out for their brother, and you know, it's no difference. I mean, I think it's about where the focus is and doing things that you can actually control, and you know, focus on things that you can actually do something about versus things that's gonna piss you off in the world, because there's a lot of that. Hey, sister, on point.
But I'm saying is, so you saying the ones who aren't doing it are greed? Because we know that they say, I can't stand when I hear blacks say, well, you can't have a lot of money. Having money is not evil, it's the love of money. You can be a broke person and love money. That's the root of evil, not having money. I've seen broke people who's so hungry they can't wait for a loved one to die so they can sell their stuff so they can have that money and stuff.
You say now you hate people, but you say you hate people that say that. You just picking out a couple people here and there. There ain't everybody not saying that.
Right.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I know, but see, the thing is, where's the populist rule? You feel me? I've seen some pastors having a conflict right now on some things. Okay, everybody knows, remember Creflo Dollar. You haven't really seen him lately because he came out and confessed that he was misusing the tithe money from the church congregation. And he confessed and wanted to start doing things right. That's what he said.
When was this?
I think it was last year. I'll bring up the video of it where he confessed. I was going to use him today, but I want to show somebody else how the spirit, somebody else's creativity. But I got it primed up too that I was going to show. But I just feel like, what if all the black churches acted as the example that I use is St. Luke's Holy Baptist Church? If your neighborhood shined through just like his. Sometimes I've seen churches in every block and the neighborhood looks foul. Mm-hmm. They dare to get that money and get back like it's a trap house.
Yeah.
So much. I'm the only one who's seen that.
No, it's just those set of people do what they do, and I just
don't. And you just got some certain neighborhoods. It's how it is. It ain't gonna be no pristine neighborhood down off of 40th in Vermont. You know what I mean? Ain't gonna be no pristine neighborhood down in you know what I'm saying, in Watts. You know, it ain't gonna be no pristine neighborhood. Just some places that you can go and they say ain't gonna be pristine. You go down south in Alabama, that ain't pristine down there either.
It's
I
about
went down the south. What I noticed that I even seen the cemetery plots in there in the yards, into church yards there when I drove down through South Georgia, North Carolina and stuff. But what I'm saying though, Big Hank, is that if it's not Christine, it's because they're not, to me, letting the light of God shine in. Because when I see St. Luke's, I see the neighborhood, that whole neighborhood shines. And so I believe that just because I don't know, I might be biased.
Yeah, a little bit. It's not so much bias, but what we do is we preach that we are a beacon and a light on this corner in our neighborhood. And so when you preach that and you teach that, that's what we try to be. I don't know what they teaching and what they preaching elsewhere. I just know that where God is, where God light shines, there it's gonna shine, man. So
that's my point. It makes me wonder. It's like, hey, is this just a trap house? You call it a church here, but this is just a trap house because that's where you're collecting funds.
Well, yeah, a church is still a church, and it still got to do with the people. So if the people messed up, then of course the church gonna be ran as such.
I'm gonna say this, man. Jesus had 12 disciples, and one of them changed up on him. You remember that? You remember that? And Jesus handpicked things. Now he did it because Jesus did it because he had what's his name? The one that killed himself? Judas. He had to do what he had to do, so Jesus had to go through what he had to go through. But I'm gonna say this: 1 out of 12 churches is probably one of them churches you talking about, and it's probably gotten a little more than that over the time. But
right,
you know what I mean? It's just how life is. Everything that shine ain't gold, and everybody ain't gonna be on the same page. But we preach it and we hoping that it is. But all you got to do is read the Bible, Roy, and it tell you what's gonna happen. Everything's gonna go bad. So the closer we get to the end, the worse you're gonna see them churches get. And I just want to say this, man. Did you know? I'm gonna ask you a question. Did you know that the Palestinians mean the Philistines? Did you know that?
Say it again. The Palestinians.
Did you know that Palestinian mean Philistine?
Oh, okay. Yes, I didn't know that.
So do you know the Philistines were the very enemy of Israel? You understand me? And what it's doing is going full circle. We at the end times, man. We at the end time. They still trying to attack Israel, the Philistines, through Palestinian. Palestinian means Philistine. And so it's still going the same thing, man. And that was crazy to me. Is I didn't know that either, Roy. I just found that out. And that shook me, man. That took me all the way back to the Bible. So now I'm finna go search everything about Philistines, and if there's anything in the Bible about anything in the book of Bible that prophesied that the Palestinians would attack Israel. I'm finna check it out, man.
I did not know that. Man, I'm glad you said that because it's gonna make me, because I can't understand, because I'm thinking, we the people is Israel. The way they talk about the country Israel, God, they make it seem like God was just invented in 1948. That's when the country was established. The country of Israel was established in 1948. When God said protect Israel, I'm feeling he's talking about the people. And so, right? Before we get off, I know we're running over a little bit because this is an interesting conversation and stuff. And anybody who's watching, I want you to know God is real. God is real. And I want to show this though, for real. My man had been talking about this for a minute, and I want to show this video, right? And so check this out.
Real quick, let me take a little business. You good? Yeah, good. Good to see you. Hey, the homies got somewhere here.
This was just me, man. Just me. Check him out.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Everybody's seen that label.
And you can catch me in my life with my hoes on the line again.
That's what we do.
I'm the vicious, Macalicious, aka the Crippolanian. I've been banging on these niggas ever since these niggas see me. LBC, that is my city. And you know, Lord, thank you. And I'm really with this pimpin', nigga. I'm Hankster, the gangster, not your bro. With this pimpin', and she 10 toes down. She put it in my pocket when these gangsters come around. And I wish a nigga would, like a baseball bat. Cause I'ma take his bat and knock him out of his baseball cap. And I heard a nigga frantic, but there's no need to panic. I'm parked on PCH with your hoe, she on Atlantic. And I've been really with it, and I've been macking with it. Everything a nigga I got from macking bitches. I go hard on these bitches, cause I'm hard in the trenches. I'm the vicious, Macalicious, always macking nigga bitches. And if a nigga think that he can come and mac with Macalicious, let's get it cracking with this macking. Get the macking at some bitches, nigga. L-O-N-G-V-E-A-C-H. And you can catch me in my lap with my hoe on Atlantic and PCH. From the L-O-N-G-V-E-A-C-H. And you can catch me in my lap with my hoe on Atlantic and PCH. Start my day off, ride down Willow, it's Moose Dog. The neighborhood gigolo, ain't no telling how my day gon' go. Had to pull up, nigga, on one of my hoes. Ain't no bitch broke fools off. Ain't no talking about it, bitch, roll the fuck off. Had other business to tend to. Had to slide all the way to Anaheim, all the way to a Seminole. Had some other hoes to tend to. Niggas start talking reckless, so I did what it grip do. Lit up the spot like I'm supposed to do. Had to teach these niggas a valuable lesson. Police got behind me, blurred me down stressed. I wasn't trying to catch no case. I wasn't trying to catch no date. Had to link up with the gangsters on the grand to get PCA. And you can catch me in my life with my hoe on Atlantic and PCA. I'm from the L-O-N-G-V-E-A-C-H. And you can catch me in my lap with my hoe on Atlantic and PCH. I don't walk a C-walk, I do the double G walk. Race up on the scene, figure me my motherfucking G's call. Niggas be employed, working for www.e call. Taking out giants like they jacking a beanstalk. All the loyalty from the west side to the city by the sea. All I really wanna know is who up in here down with me. Double G beating on your eardrums like a baseball bat. Spitting vocals and lyrics like a motherfucking gag. Murder on the track. At the same time, niggas bad life is in my back. Under attack from the front and from the side and from the back. Been through multiple functions, multiple venues. Nothing but a bunch of pretty kitty cat on my menu. Really from the drama I just been through. One of the main reasons I continue to rock out other venues. Technically speaking, you know we beefing. And this shit ain't over to your asses. And you can catch me in my lap with my hoe on Atlantic and PCH. I'm from the L-O-N-G-V-E-A-C-H. And you can catch me in my lap with my hoe on Atlantic and PCH.
Yeah, I'm rolling, and I don't give a fuck. You know I fuck with ICG, I don't give a fuck. East side, my nigga, gonna chunk it up. I keep a Dillinger on me for a hook corrupt. We all dogs, my nigga. I fight like the jaws of life, my nigga. I fuck with West Side 80s, baby. Hit it stick and go crazy, I'm an 80s, baby. East side, my nigga, worldwide niggas see us. My whole city is slopes. Niggas with the jokes, Draco gon' smoke. Get up close and cut you niggas like coke. I'm cut from the cloth, Beach City cutthroat. Even when I write everything to the left. So even when I write everything to the left. Blue skies, blue chucks, blue water, blue laces. We all G's, you know what blue flame is. And you can catch me in my lap with my hoe on Atlantic and PCH. I'm from the L-O-N-G-V-E-A-C-H. And you can catch me in my lap with my hoe on Atlantic and PCH.
All pit bulls, not one retriever. Macalicious in the soon receiver. Always chillin', but she better bring it right. Industry standard, bitches hold tight. I'm just saying, agree with you, bro. Niggas ain't trying to slide with no goofy hoes. Like 100 rolls, dating is gon' twist. Mission is to clock the tips, handle with fist. Veterano status, been doing this. Bitch, move around, I'm gonna have to resist. PCH active, grimy as fuck. If I call my goons, I suggest you duck. Even if you don't, better act like you know. You bring it down the basics, green lights and go. And like Uncle George said, drop it on the one. When money on the line is get till it's done.
Yes, sir. Well, that's what we do.
Oh man, that joke is hard, man. I be out there. Everybody been in. I'm on LONGEACH.
That's where I'm from.
That's what's up.
Just me has just said, man, that's some good.
That's some good shit, Big Hank. I like it.
Yeah, that's the all in Ohio.
Appreciate it.
Hey, look here. Before I give y'all the last, the words, I want to sow this though. Let me tell you how Big Hank's church is. Look who he had to come into the church.
Yes,
Big
sir.
Hank, Snoop Dogg.
Yes, sir.
Who was
Yes,
that? This past Friday, wasn't it?
Yep. At Joe Cool's homegoing service,
Yeah.
Snoop came up there. Yes, sir. With his
I
entourage.
like that, man.
Warren
And,
G. All the cats was up here.
I was laughing because I said I seen a whole bunch of brothers in black and Flossie was just the only one in blue.
Yes, sir.
And stuff. For real, I was representing the player made today.
I see you.
Yeah.
I see you.
For
I see
real.
you, Ken. Yes,
I
sir.
told him, I said, I give credit out to Flossie for real. And
Right.
But before we leave out of here, Miss Cynthia Joy, last words.
Yeah, I'm just grateful to God because I'm making gains all around my body and all through my spirit
I see you.
and all through my emotions and all through my everything. So I want y'all to stay blessed by the best and stay encouraged. And I'm about to go find them healing scriptures and start adding it. So be true to you. Don't be ashamed of God or nothing else that He do for you or your struggles. Keep pushing through with that strength in you. Everything builds muscle. Struggles bring strength. So keep being built, baby.
That forward, man. Cynthia Joy with the fire.
Hey, Big Hank, go ahead with it.
Man, I'm y'all heard my testimony. It ain't really much more for me to say that other than keep on I'm gonna keep doing what I've been doing to get me on the right track, and you got to find out what it's gonna take to get you on the right track. Okay, so I'm gonna keep on doing my healing scriptures. I'm gonna keep on repeating that Galatians 6:7. Be not deceived, for God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. If that's good and bad. And I'm just gonna give you a couple of what I read on my healing scriptures. It says, my heartbeat is 120 over 80. My heartbeat is 120 over 80. And then it says, my heart beats to the rhythm of life. My heart beats to the rhythm of life. Them just some of the things that I'll be reading with the scriptures. Okay, these words that come out of the Bible, and he got on the scriptures. You keep on read through. And I'm just gonna tell you, Cynthia Joy, I'm gonna send it to you. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. I got you.
You'll be like,
I'm excited. Let's go.
Got you, man.
You know what, man? This helps me.
Yeah.
I'm always quoting, and Just Me said, great show today.
Thanks, Just Me. Yes, sir.
My favorite scripture is Ephesians 3:20. It's to whom can give you exceedingly abundantly more you can ask or think from the power inside of you. Then the second one that helps me at odds is Mark 5:11-21. But to sum it up, he says, if you have aught with anybody, forgive them, so God in heaven can forgive you, and then you can ask him for anything, he'll give it to you. That's the truth. And guess what?
But if you don't do forgiving, what's gonna happen? If you don't do forgiving, my God,
you're not gonna be forgiven. He ain't gonna forgive you. That's why I say, hey, and please don't be fooled about, we all are sinners.
Yes, sir.
We
Oh,
saved
man.
by grace. He said, if you say you without sin, you are a liar and the truth ain't in you. And God is a spirit and you got to be truthful. You true for yourself. My man Just Me said he was 15 days. He's been 15 days today.
Still clean. Good.
Yeah. I need to open up the show with a clip of Big Hank's song. That would be bad. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to do that Thursday, I guess.
All right, Just Me. Thank you, man.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you, anybody who's watching, don't let other people decide to tell you how God is looking at you.
That's all.
God is closer to you than your own mouth. You just listen to him and he'll work with you. People without a vision will perish. And so if you got an idea, a song, a comedy, something, press it on and let God work with you.
Take it to him. Take it to him. Yes, sir. Take it to him.
Hey,
yes,
man,
sir.
We out of here. We see each other Thursday. God bless.
Thursday. Yes.
All right. God bless everyone.
God bless.
Welcome to the Roy Anthony and Friends show. Every Thursday. Y'all tap in.